Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a turbulent but also really cool week because GTA 6 was finally announced, but there was some things that obviously turned people off and had people talking crazy, you know what I'm saying? But overall, the question right now for me is, did it actually matter? Because there are some really crazy reports out there stating some crazy numbers, and we have to get into all that. GTA 6 is honestly right around the corner, y'all. I mean, 5-6 months, that happens very, very fast. Right now, it is one of the most anticipated games, if not the most anticipated game in history, and Rockstar hit everybody over the head for an additional $10. And not only that, they also said if you want to play everything in this game, it is going to be an additional $20. And honestly, y'all, as a gamer that pretty much spends money, you know what I mean? Like, I like video games. I like, to spend money on things that I enjoy. $100 was not the tipping point for me. Like, that personally was not an issue for me because I was going to get whatever collector's edition, whatever they decided to drop, I was going to get. I mean, I grew up on GTA 5. I'm not really all that old just yet, so I was excited for GTA 6. I mean, I still am excited for GTA 6. Have I pre-ordered? No, because we haven't seen no gameplay yet, but I definitely think that they are going to deliver based on their legacy and track record. But that's not what this video is about, right? Because there was so many people complaining and had such a different viewpoint from what I had. And honestly, it is very, very concerning, right? Because GTA 6, apparently, they've already made over $2 billion. And honestly, this is a crazy report. Now, it is unverified, and there's no way to get these numbers. I don't think so, unless they had something where they had some insider source that gave them these numbers. It just hasn't been verified just yet. But over $2 billion, there is talk about 39 million copies, which it is so surprising, right? Because it is a digital copy. These don't run out. I don't understand the rush, right? Like, that is one thing. Like, I had a little bit of FOMO at the beginning where I'm like, damn, bro, maybe I should go on ahead and pre-order this game. But I was like, okay, let me just reel back, because again, it is a digital copy. They will never run out. You can get this 2 weeks before the game drops and you'll be all right, because again, you can't even preload the game right now. So I don't understand the rush right now that I've come back to my senses. But people have went ahead, spent that $100, and that's that. Now, everybody was talking about, oh my gosh, $100, that is a lot of money, that is too much money, and they're locking this, so they're soft making the game $100 because of the content that was locked behind it. Now, we see all the time that these games have cosmetics and different things locked behind it. I don't really see the difference with GTA 6 with them having cosmetic stores locked behind it. Now, the missions, that is definitely a problem that I do see, but the cosmetics themselves, the stores, they're basically just doing things just a little bit different from everyone else and locking stores behind, which obviously have the cosmetics, the clothing, the tattoo shops, and things like that. So it really just depends on how you look at it. But my point is, everybody was talking about how they're not going to go on ahead and get this, and it is the number one selling thing on PlayStation at the moment. The $80 edition is not the number one selling thing. It is the $100 GTA 6 Ultimate Edition that is selling the most at the moment. And that is crazy to me, the fact that these pre-orders dropped a couple days ago. The game is still 5 months away from dropping, and there's just a lot of backlash going around. And to me, it just shows that the backlash never actually mattered. I see it as, if you're complaining about it, odds are you obviously care about it. You obviously are going to play it on release date. I just don't see a ton of people passing on GTA 6 to play on release date. I don't see it. I don't see it. Let me know down below if you guys are going to skip GTA 6 because of what has happened. Now, we need to go on ahead and talk about the physical media aspect of this situation, because that alone is an issue, right? Now, one thing for me, I kind of figured that it wasn't going to be on disc. I just thought, because this is probably going to be a massive game to put on a disc, but there's so many ways to do things nowadays with technology that I also understand why people want these things on disc. Because if you are on an Xbox or PlayStation account and your PlayStation or Xbox account gets banned, that game goes with the ban as well. There is no getting that back. With physical media, that is yours. So I get it. I get the frustration. I get the disappointment behind it. But we got to go on ahead and talk about this one thing. So there was a report, and this is by HollywoodReporter.com. There was a report saying that there was going to be discs released in December, right after November, because people were saying, okay, after the game drops, there won't be no risk of leaks on the campaign or anything like that. Now, the issue that I had with that when I first heard about that is that it seemed like a very scummy move by Rockstar to go on ahead and drop this game on digital, not say nothing about the disc version, and then let people pre-order, spend their money, and then say that they're going to drop something in December. Because if you guys did not know, if you pre-order right now, you get a free month of GTA Online Plus, which guess what? It negates your actual refund for the game in case that you decide that you don't want to get it or you want to go for the disc version at some point, because that's the way that PlayStation, Sony works. And honestly, it's kind of justified because of the way that people do refunds and they abuse the refund system and everything on PlayStation. But it is a crazy thing because the GTA Plus membership already comes with auto renewal on, which I think is, again, scummy on their part as well. But if we go on ahead and take a look here at this report from the Hollywood Reporter, it states the actual opposite. There will not be a physical copy for GTA 6. And here on my end, that is unfortunate for a lot of people. I was hoping for a collector's edition, but unfortunately that won't be the case. And here we see the language is being misinterpreted by a hopeful internet. A source with knowledge of the plans told THR, at this point in time, there are no plans for Grand Theft Auto 6 disc to be printed, not at launch and not months after. The email's use of the phrase physical copy there refers to the same physical version, the code, in a case announced on Wednesday. And it's the following month's language in a clunky reference to the month's following Wednesday announcement. And here you guys see GTA 6 info. Rockstar support confirmed that GTA 6 physical disc copies will be available in the months following launch. You will be able to acquire a physical copy during the following months, and here you guys see what it is. Now, the funny part about it is that the code and box version has sold out in multiple places. Now, they do bring them back from time to time, but they are selling out, and again, it's getting bought. And I could have told you that. The whole outrage on social media, it was understandable, but I also understood that these same people, a large percentage of them, was still going to buy the game regardless. That's just, what it is. And Rockstar's decision to go digital only for GTA 6 is a death sentence for the physical media industry. And honestly, y'all, I do feel like there is going to be some sort of standard set, because if the biggest video game of all time is going digital only, I feel like we are going to start drifting towards digital, and that is going to be the standard. Just like the $80 price, I do think that not many games will take that, because a lot of that has failed. Like, again, you're not Rockstar, you're not GTA 6. I don't think that a lot of people will be spending $80 on certain video games. But sports games, those are honestly my favorite genre of games. I know that that's like a huge thing. Like, if you play sports games, everybody wants to cook you and think that you're just not a gamer, or you don't like to play video games because you play sports games. I personally think that's a super dumb perspective. But this is something right here that, for me, I think that the price of those sports games are actually going to rise, because people are going to buy sports games regardless. NBA 2K26, Madden, those are games that are in the top 10 every year, and I can see that rising. I don't think that's a good thing, by the way, but I definitely can see it rising, and that can become a problem for the industry and consumers, especially seeing how these prices of consoles are now rising. We're seeing Xbox rising $150 more, which I think is actually ridiculous and out of their mind. It's crazy. It's really crazy as to how that's working. Really unfortunate, but again, the economy right now, man, if you don't have a console, it is very, very tough. It's very, very tough to buy one at the moment, because it is so expensive and the economy is not doing us any favors, right? But I wanted to show off this tweet as well, because I found this honestly extremely interesting. GTA 6 fans are paying eBay scalpers over retail price for pre-orders despite there being no shortage. Pre-orders on eBay are selling for over $130, with some standard editions selling for the same price as the Ultimate Edition. Now, I will say this. These things that show are not always accurate. Like, sold auctions, like, that doesn't always mean anything. When you see these tweets, you got to take that with a grain of salt. Now, I do think that you're actually ridiculous if you're spending money on this, because again, it is up there digital it doesn't run out. And again, I want to see some gameplay, man. I think that when gameplay drops, that's really going to set in for a lot of folks, and people are going to be excited, right? I think that once Rockstar decides to drop it, I think that any backlash that they got, even though I think the backlash is pretty much at this point kind of even, I would say, overblown because of the way that this game has already sold. But if they drop gameplay, everything is going to be on the back end. People are going to be excited, and I think that that's what they are going to do. They're letting people get the bad news first, and then they are going to go on ahead and really drop that gameplay, and that's all going to be on the back burner. I really think that's a big reason as to why we haven't seen any gameplay yet. At some point, we're probably going to see 8, 10, 12 minutes of gameplay, and I think that's going to be the talk of town, and everything else will be forgotten. We'll have to see what happens, though, man, because Rockstar, GTA 6, lots of hype behind this game. Obviously, some bad news behind it, but overall, I think this game is still going to be the highest selling video game of all time. It is the most anticipated, for sure, of all time. So we'll have to see what happens, man. I definitely think that the backlash, I don't think it mattered as much. I don't think it mattered as much, just because of the way that people are talking about this game. Screenshots all over the place. Oh, I already bought this game, and we're seeing numbers of sales, and we're seeing that PlayStation is actually getting like the ratio of 6 people pre-ordering on their console to just 1 person on Xbox. Xbox is denying those claims, saying that they have record sales on their end, but we actually don't have like actual verified numbers just yet. So that's also going to be an interesting point to see. So I am excited for GTA 6. I'm definitely going to play this game. Let me know down below if you are. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure to stay tuned for the next one. I'm going to catch y'all. Peace.